What's going on, everyone? My name is Talon Sai and you are watching Sunday GUNDAY. I hope you're having a great Sunday so far. Today I am at a special event called Boulders and Bullets. We are out here on a private ranch range that was set up by Caldwell in the middle of Moab. Utah is one of my favorite places ever, and we've been doing a ton of four-wheeling and stuff, so if you guys want to check out the sort of behind the scenes, like all the off-roading and stuff that we've done, check out this video right up here in the corner. This event, Boulders and Bullets, was put on by Wheeler Tools. They provided us with these super nice Carhartt jackets and a whole bunch of other swag items that you guys will see throughout this video. This event actually began yesterday down in town at Cliffhangers in Moab, and we put together some pretty cool guns thanks to Ballistic Advantage, Arrow, and also Polymer 80. So before we get into all the ridiculous fun stuff, which you may be able to see behind me over here, we got machine guns and 50 cals and all sorts of craziness. Let's check out how we mashed all of these parts together to get some things that we're going to pull the triggers on today.
New look, new feel.
Ooh, torque too?
And then I'm gonna pop that on, level it. There you go. And then you're gonna put this up here.
So that when you put this in, you're gonna push this down. So we're not wasting any time, we're jumping right into the Mark 46. We got machine guns, 50 cals, the guns that we put together. It's gonna be a good time.
Okay, what a rip, Tater Chip.
Who's next? Who's up? Alright guys, so here is one of the first things that we put together yesterday. Again, everything from Ballistic Advantage, Arrow, Crimson Trace, and a lot of other AOB partners out there. So we put both this and the Polymer 80 together with a bunch of new wheeler tools, which is essentially why we're out here. Some of the coolest tools that I used while putting this together were some of the new torque bit sets. It's a T-handle torque bit driver. You can pull out the different like gears and basically get different torque ratings depending on which one you're actually using with the actual tools. So on here we have a wheeler scope mount. I also used a leveling kit. So essentially you set a level on the front rail and then another on the muzzle device to set the gun level in a bench vise, and then you pull it off of the rail, and actually it has a magnetic clip on it and you can put it right on the top of your scope. That way you can get things nice and level right from the get-go, and we shouldn't have to do much zeroing. The other thing we did was bore sight. We just threw a laser on the front there and zeroed at like 25 yards, maybe even a little bit closer than that. So there will be some adjustment on here, but overall, it's a pretty cool build. A lot of people don't like when I get into super expensive guns, which I tend to do from time to time. So this one right here should fit in most people's budget. So we're working with an Arrow lower, upper, Ballistic Advantage, front end on here, Ballistic Advantage 223 Wild barrel. We have an Epsilon VG6 brake compensator type of deal on here. We were standing next to some people shooting earlier, and these things are very violent when you're shooting under like a roof, but should keep this thing shooting very, very flat. Also, pretty new from Crimson Trace, the Hardline Pro. This is a 1:6, and I typically don't run ARs with magnified optics on them, so that'll be a nice change of pace. We've got targets all the way out to 100 yards for the actual rifle section, but we could also shoot back to 1,000. We got a four-wheeler parked out there, and you guys will see more on that once we get to the 50. Arrow trigger, mag pull furniture, everything on here is pretty standard and straightforward. We have, this is a 301 that you saw at the Crimson Trace Rad event that we covered a little bit ago, and I've got 4 of these now. I have them on a bunch of different rifles, and these things are sweet. We actually got to shoot with the laser at that last event, so if you haven't checked that out, I'll leave a link for it up in the corner. We got the Arrow Precision breech charging handle on here, and I think that covers all the bases. Arrow trigger. I'm excited to shoot this thing. Check out that mag. Get a close-up of that. Skeleton, spacesuit. Freaking awesome. All right, let's go get this thing out on the range, zero it up a little bit, and have some fun. What if I could pop a tire? Looks like someone already did. Alright guys, next up are the Polymer 80 builds. Now these are a little bit different than ones that you may have seen on my channel in the past, which those videos are no longer up because you guys know why. The difference between these and the ones that I've built in the past, I put together maybe like 5 of them, and those involve jigs, end mills, drill bits, sanding, polishing, all of that stuff. These essentially come like Legos, so if you're familiar with putting Glocks together, if you're Glock armor, you could get these things together in like 5 minutes. So we went through the whole process. You actually get to pick your trigger shoe, so we had a flat or the curved trigger. You actually are putting the trigger shoe onto the bar, you put the connector in, all of the springs, pins, and then the slide just basically drops on top. The good thing about polymer 80s is that they have a really nice grip angle on them. I really dig the texture on them and it feels really good in the hand compared to just a standard Glock. Not hating on Glocks because you guys know I already love them. This is based on a Gen 3, so you have a Gen 3 style mag release on this side. I actually put that in first try. I was proud of that. The spring.
First try?
First try. Those suck. But yeah, this thing went together really quickly. Standard sights on this. It does come with front serrations, and then if I close this up, it does have that little V-notch cut. Different companies call that different things, like Cobra cuts and things like that. So pretty cool, stylized slide on there. And then up front, we have the same Crimson Trace light laser combo that you guys saw at the CT Rad event, at the Florida event. And you guys will continue to see different and new Crimson Trace products here throughout the channel. So because this one was not put together with the drill bits and the end mills and everything, I have no doubt that this is going to run. The trigger might need some time to break in. You guys know that if you've ever put a different trigger in a Glock or you've put one of these together before, they can kind of vary from gun to gun. So we're gonna go out on the range, put some rounds down with this, and see how it shoots. All right, next up, I don't even know what we're doing, but Doug's here. He's driving this Jeep. I've got a suppressed arrow build in my hands. I think we're gonna go drive around through the valley here and shoot some stuff. You got next?
Turn! Stop and turn! Do a dance!
Oh, that was a great. All right, Dave's turn. Why are you sitting like that?
This is how you sit?
That's the proper way.
Okay.
What if you stay how you were and then I pull the trigger? Whoa, that was sick. I could see the bullet curving.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was low.
It was slow again. It's alright.
So hey, bring it up.
Alright guys, so that wraps up the shooting portion of Boulders and Bullets out here in Moab, Utah. Got to give a huge thank you to Wheeler Tools for putting this together, Ballistic Advantage, Caldwell, all of the AOB brands that are out there. This event probably takes the cake for one of my favorites so far just because I love off-roading so much, and that's exactly what we're about to do. So The fun doesn't stop here. Again, you guys should check out the video of what we're doing for the extracurriculars out here. We're not just here for guns, we're here to have a good time, eat some good food, hang with friends, and mob around in Jeeps and side-by-sides. Now in the future, once a lot of these new products that you saw throughout this video become available, you can expect some reviews, especially on the tool side. You guys know that I use tools pretty much every day in my daily life on my main channel, so Wheeler is releasing a lot of very cool stuff soon, and you guys will see me incorporating all of that stuff into my regular videos as well. So huge thank you to everyone who made this event possible. Wheeler, Caldwell, Cliffhanger Jeep Rentals here in Moab. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for inviting us out here. I had a great time. Dave, I know, had a great time as well. And the fun doesn't stop here. We're going to get lunch, and then we're going wheeling.
Hell yeah!
Think we can roll this thing?
I've been saying we should.
I'm not rolling it. All right, that's it. If you guys are new to the channel, consider clicking subscribe. Make new videos occasionally. Thanks for watching. Talk to you in the next one.